I really did not want to make this blueprint because you should not be using smelters in 99.99% of the cases in Satisfactory. But we're going to talk about that after we design the blueprint. So let's go. Also, you might see these in the background. Ignore them. They're for a future video. Maybe. Not sure. Tell me if you want them. Hello, 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 and welcome to Satisfactory, and welcome to my Reusable Blueprint series, where we are going to be creating blueprints that we do not ever stop using. Now, I am going to create two lines down the middle just in case you want this to be tileable. So for that, we are going to be creating these conveyor poles on either ends and placing one line going away from us and the other line is going to come towards us. Just like that. Alright, so this is basically how you're going to be placing your first two smelters over here. Just look at these hitboxes over here and that will tell you where to place them. But the second one, it doesn't really matter. Just snap it to the first one and then place it on either side. Now you might be wondering why there's so much space on either side of these belts. Well, the reason is that we need to place a splitter. But before we place a splitter over here, what we need to do is place one right here. So this is going to take input from the right side and then split it towards both of these smelters right here. And then we're gonna do the opposite over here so that it takes the input from the left side. Now that these two splitters are placed, you can actually snap one right on this belt and just confirm that the belt actually got split into two. In this case, yes it did. In a vast majority of cases, the belt will get split properly, but just sometimes there can be issues. So let's connect these together, and I am going to be using Mk.1 belts and lifts, so you can download this blueprint in the description down below right now if you need it, and if you don't want to make it yourself. There we go, that's all of these four connected. By this time you probably know already that I don't like my blueprints to be flat. Yes, you can see them all in the background. So what we are actually doing is just placing it over here, locking it into place, moving it into the first one so that it just disappears like this, and then nudging it vertically upward until it is placeable. And of course, we're going to just repeat the same process with all of these blueprints over here on the other side as well. I have a question. What if you wanted to add another layer on top of this? Could you? Well, yes, you can. Lovely. We're not going to, but you can. So yeah. So for this next line, what we're going to do is we are going to just take this up. Oh, wait, no. First of all, we're going to place a bunch of these right here, okay? But then you're going to find out that, okay, these are massively misaligned. So you have two options. What you could do is place this top one over here and then nudge it down. And then you can just delete these. Your other option is what we're going to do over here is just place it over here, lock it, and then nudge it up so that it aligns with this top one. Perfect. Now, all you need to do is just connect the lift over here and connect it up to this top one. And we're going to do the same thing over here with this side as well, so that these are connected. Yes, they are properly connected. If a lift is not connected, you'll be able to see these icons. So if you don't see the icons over here, that means they're connected. Now just take this up straight into this one, and the side smelters can be fed in a similar fashion. Now, if you did have another row on top, you would just connect it with this side of the splitter. So for that row, you would be placing a splitter that faces towards the left, well, takes input from the left. Anyway, that's it for the inputs. Let's work on the outputs now. Okay, I managed to make it work. So here's what you do. You place it over here and you face it towards the right side. Then you place a merger over there. Perfect. And then you can connect it to this merger from this side. Beautiful. However, I did this one wrong. So let's place it again. So you place it over here, take it to the left. Place a merger over here. Just make sure that the output is coming towards you. That's the mistake that I made. And then you can connect this over here with the lift. Lovely. So now we have these two mergers. What do we do now? Well, nothing actually, because we need to merge everything again and again. So let's merge these two at the bottom. So that way, again, they're different from the front ones. Now we need to merge both of these before we merge it with the center over here. So how do we do that? No way. No way is this going to connect. Oh my god, it connects. Okay. Okay. Another merger on top, it goes away from us. So let's connect these bottom ones together, these top ones together. The reason I had my doubts is because this squished lift has very specific parameters where it can actually work. In most cases, it actually doesn't work. it won't connect like this. Now, this is going to look really bad. Oh no. Do you guys care? Do you guys care this much about clipping? We're gonna find out. I mean, is it really clipping if you can't see it? I don't think so. Then the other side of the center conveyor lift as well can connect over there. Okay, so that should be all 8 of these smelters connected properly. One side is incredibly more compact than the other side, obviously. Of course, we can't actually say anything before we test it. But let's connect the power lines first though. I am going to hide some power lines in the middle, the ones that are actually connecting with all of these machines. Alright, let's save it now. We're going to use the smelting icon and we're going to save it in the proper directory, which is this reusable one. Just in case we ever create more blueprints. That's 8x smelters and let's go and check it out. Before we move on to the next part of the video, I have a request. It seems like most of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're still watching, hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot. Alright, so there's our Mk.3 miner. It's connected up. This should be able to do more than 480. Oh, this is just exactly 480. That's great. There's a pure iron node right here that I didn't know about. Interesting. Anyway, here's our 8 smelters. Let's just place it right there. Connect it up. Oh, for a second I was worried. Well, it needs to be this way around. There we go. Alright, this goes into the bottom one. That's good. And of course, we need to assign the recipes. So iron ingots, and then you can just paste it to the others after copying it from one of them. Paste, 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 and paste. Alright, those are our ingots coming out, but we need to check if it's actually working properly. Now there's a reason we used Mk.4 belts over here. You see, Mk.4 belts have a speed of 480, and each of these smelters uses 30 materials per minute. They also output 30. So that means we need 16 smelters in total. Now, if you just come over here and copy this blueprint, and you try to place it over here, but before placing it, you switch to any autoconnect mode. Well, ideally you would want blueprint autoconnect because that will tile it perfectly as well for you. What you will notice, oh wait, not this one. Yeah, please don't do this one. It will mess up pretty much everything. What you will notice is that you can place this blueprint with these links in between. And that means that it's gonna auto-connect to the next set as well. After that, all you need to do is just power it up. There we go. And of course, you need to paste the recipes once more. So let's do that. And now if we just let it run for a couple minutes, what you will find is that this one over here will start reading 480 as well. So it's going to be 480 resources going in and 480 coming out, as perfect as these belts can handle and as perfectly as this miner over here can handle. I mean, ideally you would do 1200 over here. In which case you would need 5 of these, and you would also need to upgrade the center line, okay? Just the center line to Mk6. I don't want to hurt you. Go away, sir. I mean, I say I don't want to hurt you and then I do that. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah. Bye. They have been bothering me this entire video. Are there more of you? Am I seeing things? Yeah, I think I'm seeing things. Anyway, where were we? Now let's talk about the reason I don't want you to use smelters. Well, the reason is actually right behind them, which is these things. Refineries. In almost every single scenario, they are going to be better than smelters. If you don't have water nearby, then first of all, you should just move to some place that has water. But just in case you don't have water nearby, then the foundries are going to be better than smelters. The smelters are the absolute worst at everything, okay? And I have math on my side to prove you wrong. Let's take a look over here, okay? This is a smelter. What can a smelter do? Okay, it doesn't say it over here. One second. This is a smelter. What can a smelter do? A smelter can create ingots, iron ingots, copper ingots, and deuterium ingots, alright? Well, my good sir, these are the other ways that you can make iron ingots. These are the other ways that you can make copper ingots. And right here, this is how you can make deuterium ingots. Do you notice something? None of the alternates use smelters, because smelters only have one input. So in every situation where you have water nearby, don't use smelters, use refineries. Make a blueprint, that's going to be the next video. Subscribe, by the way. Make a blueprint. Let me make my way over here. I need to show you guys something. I just uploaded my hover pack to the dimensional depot instead of equipping it. What? Excuse me? Bug? Okay, after filling up these slots, I can quickly swap. Otherwise, it was uploading stuff to my dimensional depot. Yeah, I have power over here. You see this? I could have used smelters over here, but I didn't. I used refineries. Actually, I'm bringing stuff down all the way from over there just to use them in refineries. Don't use smelters. I also have something else. 1 second. I should probably make another video on this entirely. I probably will. And just in case there isn't enough water nearby, this is me using foundries. That's a lot of foundries. This is me using foundries to combine iron and limestone to make iron ingots. It's still double the yield, okay? You're not gonna use limestone for anything else, okay? This is basically it. This one is funny. I brought deuterium all the way from over there. Can you even see it from here? Yes, you can. Let's zoom in. All the way from back there. Just because there was water nearby, and then I realized I didn't really need it. So I'm just making quick wire over here and sinking the rest. Yeah. Okay, just some final touches over here. Yeah, so basically I want these to be brought up right about here. And let's also place a stackable conveyor pole right here as well, so that we can connect it to this merger. Okay, that's going to be much better. The extension was causing a huge footprint when you tile them. Anyway, let's save it again. Sadly, we have to set the category again right over here. Save it there, please. Save, and there we go. Please, developers, save this. Make it so it doesn't do that. Okay, it only took like 5 minutes, but now it's completely balanced since all of these smelters are getting filled. And that means we can move on to the next part of the video. Wait, no, there is no next part. We can move on to making the video for these refineries that I'm making. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss it.